I was feeling lost in life. I had the same job since 2013, and I knew I wanted to do something different. I just didn't know what. In 2020, I bought a home, made renovations, and sold it in 2022. I used a portion of the money to take a trip to Florida for the winter, and it changed my life. My name is Amanda Bowman, and I chose to use my trip to Florida for my introductory speech and public speaking because it shaped who I am today. Not only did I learn new skills, I learned how to be myself. The plan. The first thing I did was buy a camper so that I would have somewhere to live once I sold my home. I owned 5 acres where I planned to stay until it was time to leave. Once I sold my home, I realized just how difficult it is to stay in a camper without running water. You have to learn how to conserve water, take precautions in freezing temperatures, and go out of your way to empty the waste tanks. At least I had electric. And once I got to Florida, I would have full hookups, and it'd be just like living in an apartment. Before I left, I learned how to replace electrical outlets and lights, fix plumbing repairs, and also fix a leak on my roof. I built a catio that could easily be snapped together and taken apart. I made my reservations in May, sold my home in August, and left in November. Along the way, I would need places to camp, and I found an app called Harvest Host that allowed for camping in places like farms, orchards, breweries, and people's backyards. I never paid more than $20 a night for camping. My dog, 2 cats, and I loved meeting new people and other animals. One thing I didn't anticipate was how tiring it is to set up and tear down a campsite when you have to do it every other day, which was the reality on the way down and on the way back. We camped in McIntosh, Florida, settled in 1855, now with a population of around 500. The town was full of history, and the campground was more beautiful than I can explain, sitting right on Orange Lake. The area is surrounded by rivers, lakes, and nature trails. I was able to kayak in rivers with alligators and manatees. I could launch my kayak directly from my campsite and would occasionally go fishing for bass. My dog and I walked down every road of McIntosh. We'd find new trails and go to a dog park a few towns over. My cats loved their catio, watching lizards, birds, and making friends with passerbys. I met residents of town, other campers, and the mayor who would have doggy play dates in his backyard. I could talk about my experiences in Florida for hours. But 5 months later, I had to return to my property in Michigan, stopping in Alabama and Indiana on my way home. Returning was hard, but I missed my friends and family. I came back with so much more than I expected. Through creating a plan, I learned organization and budgeting. Through executing the plan, I learned problem solving and perseverance. My experiences gave me inspiration for trying new things, courage to talking to strangers, and reminded me how beautiful life can be. Coming home, I felt more confident in who I am as a person. Dog walking and pet sitting led me to pursue a career in animal care at a local shelter. I went from thinking I'd never have a job interacting with the public to realize I'm actually pretty good at talking to people. Someday, I hope to travel back to McIntosh, Florida, and I hope that my experiences inspire other people to travel.